This is the wireless driveway alarm from One by One, and today I'm going to show you how to set up and use it. So let's first look at all the pieces that are going to come in your driveway alarm kit. So as you can see, I've already unboxed them all and put them here on the table. And we have the receiver, 2 PIR sensors, 2 sensor mounting bases, a screwdriver, and all the necessary mounting screws. Now, because this system is completely expandable, I've actually brought along another sensor. You can connect up to 16 sensors. This one also has the mounting base connected to it already. And with this system, each of these sensors can be placed up to 1,000 feet away from this receiver, which is great if you want to monitor any movement in your backyard, in your front yard, on your porch, your driveway, your front door. This is a great system to monitor any movement on your property. And so now that we have all these pieces here, our next order of business is to power them up. To power our receiver, you can actually use 2 options. The first is 3 AA batteries. You simply just turn around your receiver, open it up, and you have the battery compartment here. If you would like, you can also use the optional power adapter, so you can plug directly into a wall. The important thing to remember, though, is that if you are using the power adapter, you should take all the batteries out of the receiver first. Or, if you want to use the batteries, do not plug in the power adapter. You should only use one at a time. Now I'm going to show you how to pair our first sensor with our receiver. So as you can see, to power these up, the receiver takes AA batteries and the sensor takes AAA batteries. Let's put the batteries in our sensor first. So we're going to undo the screw at the bottom of the sensor and pull off the sensor battery compartment cap. You'll see I've already put in 2 AAA batteries. Now when I put in this 3rd battery, you're going to see the light on the sensor head show us that it's powered. So now we have a powered sensor. I'm going to put the little battery compartment case back on. Great, and now we have a working sensor. Now we're going to put this back on the table facing away from us, and we're going to power up the receiver. So again, this is AA batteries, and I've already put in 2 AA batteries in here. Now when I put the 3rd AA battery, you're going to hear the receiver sound, and that will show that it's powered on. Now we have everything powered and we're ready to pair. You'll see across the bottom here we have 4 different buttons. This first button is the pairing button. I'm going to quickly press that and you'll see a 1 come up in the LED lights. That's because with this system is able to handle 4 different zones of sensors. So we're first going to be pairing for zone 1. As soon as I press this, I'll see the 1 and I have 15 seconds to pair. I keep the sensor and receiver close to each other. And while this is in pairing mode, I'm going to activate the sensor with my hand, and they should pair automatically. Now it's in pairing mode, and now I activate the sensor. Great, and now we already have our basic system set up. If for any reason you need to unpair the sensor with the receiver, to unpair all sensors, simply again, you have this pairing button. Hold down the pairing button and you'll hear a beep. And that means that they're now unpaired. Great, so I now have this sensor paired to zone 1 of the receiver. And remember, I have up to 4 zones. So now let's pair my other 2 sensors, and these already have batteries in them. What I'm going to do is press the pairing button, and after I do that, we're going to see the zone. And I can then press the melody button to choose the zone that I want to pair to. I can either put a sensor together with this sensor in zone 1, or I can do zone 2 or 3 or 4. I'm going to pair this sensor to zone 2. So let's press the pairing button. Now let me press the melody button to select the zone. And now let me activate the sensor. And just like that, now I have sensor 2 paired to the second zone on this receiver. Now, I could also pair this to zone 3, or what I'm going to do is pair this to zone 4. Since unlike the first two zones, zone 4 you can choose the melody that you want. It can be any melody or any chime, right? So to do that, I'm going to press my pairing button, and instead of zone 1 or 2 or even 3, I'm going to go to zone 4 and let me pair this sensor. Now that this is paired to zone 4, I can press this melody button and select any melody that I want for this sensor. Great. And now these are all paired. And remember, for zone 4, you have up to 36 melodies that you can choose from. So just find the one that you like. Now that we have all our sensors and our receiver synced up and paired, it's time to go out and place your sensors anywhere that you want to make sure you're alerted to movement. It can be the front porch, it can be by your front door, out in the driveway, out in the backyard, even by a swimming pool if you don't want your children playing by a swimming pool. And don't forget, we also have our mounting base, which are very easy to slide up into the back of the sensor for easier installation. Now, it's recommended that these are placed about 3 to 4 feet above the ground to help stop any false positives and any false movement. And the other great thing is you'll see this little head cap on the sensor. And you'll see different windows. This is the big window, you have a medium window, and you also have a small window. And these are to control the angle of the sensor, the angle that it's looking at. So if you want to try to do a larger area, simply move it to the large window. Or if it's a very centralized area that you want to check for movement in, simply snap this over and put it to the small window. Last thing to check for when you're setting up your system is when you have your receiver inside and you're placing the sensors around your property, always check for interference. So check that when you place the sensor that you're tripping the alarm and making sure the receiver can get that signal. Either if they're too far away or there's interference in between. Also, low batteries can have an effect, so make sure that you're putting in fresh batteries into your system when you set it up. And yeah, and remember to put your receiver anywhere at home that's easy for you to access. And this is the system, and we really hope you enjoy your 1x1 driveway alarm.